Hey there, welcome to day 1550 of What's You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here in a weird mask that I'm sure has some reference to something that's other people know what it's about, but I have no idea, but I thought it was kind of cool looking. Sometimes it's just fun to have weird masks, apparently. So today, day 1550, documenting and just sharing the business journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. Over 49 years in different businesses, different industries, as well as over a quarter century of that simultaneously in corporate America. Today we're talking about in the annual challenge, the spiritual interaction, and I already put my diagram away, of course, and different areas and aspects of our life. I do a life framework with 9 areas these days. I started in 2021, about a year ago now, adding communication and confidence to the framework that I use: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution, in terms of how I set my goals, how I set my life up, how I plan my own personal continuous improvement. So that's what I'm sharing this year in the BU 365-day challenge, to do one thing every day that improves us, right? Because if we do one little thing every day that makes us a little bit better of a human being, or if we get to know ourselves better a little bit every day, by the end of the year, we've made a huge transformation in our life and our happiness and the other things that we want in our life. So today we are talking about our spiritual area and aspect of our life. This month, the month of April, in this segment, we've been focusing on spiritual related topics. And today is, how does our spiritual health and well-being interact with the other areas and aspects of the framework? And a while ago, when I like to share this, I was explaining the framework to someone. I said, it's really more like this than it is 9 different distinct things, because they all interact, intertwine, and are related to one another. And so it's almost impossible to talk about one, although we break it down every day, and we have one little topic that we discuss, and we have an action item, a thing we go and do to help us make progress in that. Even if we just spend the time that we talk about it thinking about that topic, it's going to positively impact our life. So today we talked about, how does spiritual well-being interact with our physical well-being, our mental, our emotional, our spiritual. How does spiritual interact with spiritual? That's kind of a hard one, but if we think about it, we can get some distinctions that help us to become a better person. To me, spiritual is my relationship with my spirit, my soul, my higher self, whatever. But we each get to define things in terms of where we are in our personal development and growth. So we talked about that. For our idiom for Supersize Your Business today, it was sacred cow. Now, my daughter's favorite animal is a cow, so I get a kick out of that, which is interesting because my son, when he was little, he was enamored by cows too. I remember making him a costume when he was 2 for Halloween that was a cow, and I hand sewed this cow costume, which was adorable, by the way. It's probably in my storage unit somewhere. But I should dig it out for my granddaughter next year, because she would make a cute cow. Although she likes ducks. She's a duck baby. So sacred cow was our idiom today. And I gave some examples of sacred cows. And I talked about, how can you look at the sacred cows in your industry from a business standpoint and question or challenge those sacred cows to give you a competitive advantage in your industry and in your business. If we distinguish ourselves in ways that other people in our field don't, we'll attract people that aren't attracted to other people's businesses. We'll create our own group of people that are attracted to us, and we serve to the best of our ability. And that is how we get a competitive advantage, or one way we can get a competitive advantage. And there's lots of sacred cows. Now, sacred cows, just like any other idiom or expression or word, can have a positive connotation or a negative connotation. A sacred cow, since the early 1800s in America, has meant something that's immune from criticism or question. Think of COVID-19. Think of the vaccine industry. If you've never done anything or studied that, that is an industry that you are not allowed to question, or you will be shut down. There's the medical field. The medical industry has got, you're not allowed to question the science, right? With COVID, we learned that there's sacred cows. We're not allowed to question the science behind certain things, even if there is no science behind it, right? So, sacred cows. I love the topic, but they're in each of our lives and in each of our businesses, we have things that we consider sacred cows. They're usually our deeply held core values and beliefs, which are good for us, but it's when we don't ever question or ask, you know, where did that belief come from? Why do I have that value? And we want to ask the question so that we reinforce the values and the core beliefs that we want to maintain because they're moving our life in the direction we want it to go. But then we want to be open enough to say, that belief, I don't even know where that came from. If you ever have a belief that says, I should worry, I should have negative emotions, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, we ought to be questioning all those beliefs, right? And to a lot of people, they're sacred cows. They're like a badge of honor to be a victim, a badge of honor to worry, a badge of honor to be doubtful and fearful and make excuses. And those are the type of sacred cows I'm talking about that we should question and move and make changes in our life. So those are two things I'm working on. Every day I do those 2 pieces of content. And that's just my way of giving back. And this segment is just my way of keeping track of what I'm doing, keep a track of what's important to me at any given moment. Now, this mask is very distracting, so I won't be using it again. I suppose I'm going to have to figure out what it is and where it came from. If anybody knows, hit me up in the comments below, because I don't know what the reference is. Maybe it's an AI thing or something. Anyway, if I can help you in any way, ask. I have a 5-minute guarantee, 5-minute rule that if you are stuck in any way, shape, or form, and I have 5 minutes, I will give you 5 minutes if you let me know that you need help with something. And I guarantee that in that 5 minutes or less, we will get you unstuck. Not maybe unstuck from everything forever, but actually knowing exactly what you need to do right now in order to start moving. And as soon as we start moving and get momentum, we're not stuck anymore. And we can't tell ourselves we're stuck anymore. We don't know what to do because we know what to do. We just have to do it. All right. Have an awesome day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.